si Jezreel Noval. Sa tulong ng Visa to America, nagka-student visa ako. Ngayon ay mag-a-apply na ako ng green card sa future. Mabilis yung process ng application, kaya lang matagal lang talaga paghihintay yung approval kasi discretion yun ng US immigration authorities. Pero I would highly recommend using Visa to America if you have plans to, if you have needs, if you have actually any immigration needs, you could, pwede nyo gamitin or pwede kayong reach out sa Visa to America.
Hello and welcome everyone again. We have another amazing guest with us. She's going to talk about her experience with Visa to America. My name is Salon Phillips. I'm with Remus Enterprises Law Group, and I work closely with Visa to America in helping make people's dreams of coming to America a reality. My guest today is Miss Jezreel. Hello, Miss Jezreel.
Hello, pleased to meet you.
How are you?
I am doing well.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Tell me who are you? Tell me your name, where you're from, and a little bit about yourself.
All right. I'm Jezreel. I'm from the Philippines, but I worked in I just stayed there for 5 months, but I was working from Dubai with Fragment.
Okay, so you went from the Philippines to Dubai.
And then, yeah, I was there working for 6 years.
6 years. And what was the company you was working for?
Fragment.
Fragment. What's Fragment?
Fragment is an immigration law firm.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
what was your title there?
I was an immigration consultant.
Oh, cool. So there came a time that you wanted to come to the US.
Yes. So I was like, you know, I just also wanted to take a break from working as well at that time.
Okay.
So I came to the US just to, like, for a tour. It was actually my second time. I was here 2 years ago on a tour as well. I visited the East Coast. I went to like 13 states on a tour. Mm-hmm. And then I have a brother who was here in Arizona, so I came to meet him. But I also went to Reno to meet a family friend, and she had a business and she wanted someone to go with her one time, and that's how I met Joseph with Visa to America.
Okay, so bridge the gaps for me. You were in Dubai working as an immigration
consultant,
and you wanted to come to America. Why did you reach out to Visa to America? Couldn't someone at firm help?
No, I had a friend. I also traveled to Reno, Nevada.
Okay.
And then she had an appointment to go to California, and she wanted someone to go with her.
Okay.
So I went with her, and she had a meeting with Joseph. So we went to the office, Visa to America, and I actually also asked him, since I was also in immigration, and she actually wanted to sponsor. My friend wanted to sponsor, from the Philippines. She wanted to get nurses to work in her home health. So she reached out to Joseph Visa to America, and I was just on that time I was just like tagging along with her,
Mm.
and so yeah.
That's how you met Joseph from Visa to America.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And then you had a conversation with him. What happened?
Yeah, so he was like, "Oh, you work with Fragment and all of that." And then I I told him that I kind of like it here, so I would like to study more, and I asked what my options are, and he said, "Oh, you could apply for a student visa." So that's what we did.
Oh, so what's the name of the student visa? Do you know?
Well, it just got approved F1.
F1. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is an F1? Tell me about the F1. Consult me because you're a consultant, so you could help me.
It was a non-immigrant uh, visa application.
Okay. So
But
it's a student visa essentially.
yes, yes.
And so what were you studying and where?
Um, it was I haven't started yet because the school said that I had need to have the immigration approval before I can start.
So
So
what are you planning to study?
well, the plan is that it was at the uh, Adams College in California, because
Okay.
that's when I actually that was my first, but I since I already transferred, it really took a while. I do understand that approvals are subject to the discretion of the immigration authorities. So I actually already moved here in Arizona. I was just like really going around. So now stay here, but I might request to have it transferred, if can be, for instead of learning English, I want, like, if I'll check if I could study another um another course.
But your F1 visa is approved, correct?
Yes, it's approved.
Okay. So talk about that process. What was it like? What type of documents did you need? What type of formalities? Who did you have to speak to? And did Visa to America help you with this?
Yes, they actually did. So I of course there's the application form, and then I need to provide an affidavit of support. As aside from that, I need to present documents on how I actually support my visit here in the U.S. So I had to provide my bank statements,
Okay.
and my savings on how I get around, how I yeah basically how I support. But for my studies, I had a sponsor for the application of my student visa,
Okay.
and um what else? Of course, is the bank statement of the sponsor that was going to help me.
And this sounds like a lot. Did Joseph and the team at VTA help you getting all these things together and putting it in a
Yes, Tanya was very, very supportive, and since there were like a list of documents, I sometimes miss them, and she would never fail to remind me, "Oh, this one is still missing. This document is still missing. So, oh, when would you be able to provide it?"
Now, did you have to get interviewed for this type of visa, the F1?
No, I didn't. I just need to have my biometrics. That was so far that was the one that was required of me. I was waiting for the interview, but what the notice that I received from immigration was just to provide my biometrics.
Okay. And so that must have been a very thoroughly prepared application package, if they didn't want the interview.
Yes, everything would have been there, because Tanya was also very diligent in collating all the documents. Even if I miss something, she would inform me.
What would you say for all those who are listening and they're interested in that F1 student visa? What would you say was the most difficult part of the whole process?
The most difficult part was the waiting. That was it. Like, although visa to America, because I worked in the immigration industry, so I know how it works. Even though you submitted everything, it is still their discretion whether am I approved, am I not. So it's not actually the company's responsibility or something. They would, but I know the support is there with Joseph. He assured me that if there's anything that's required of me, they will reach out to me immediately. So it was just really, even though after we've submitted everything, it's just really the waiting that was really hard.
Now, in dealing with Joseph and the team at Visa to America, were they responsive? Were there times that, you know, you would reach out to them and there'll be weeks or months and you didn't hear from them? Did you experience any of that?
Oh, Tanya would update me, and I would also ask her if there's any update, and she would say, no, we're still waiting. And I've also downloaded an app, lawfully, where I could track the process of my case, and it still says like pending and all of that. There's nothing you can do for now, just relax and wait. So even if I was also like thinking, even if I reach out to the team, they would just say the same thing, like it's still with immigration, because that's how it was when I was working with working in Dubai with the immigration industry, which we're still waiting for the authorities' approval.
Okay, so overall, now that it's approved, how do you feel?
Oh, I feel so relieved. You know, first thing that I approached, the first thing that I really wanted to have this done, because I was worried that my visa, my tourist visa is already expired. I might have overstayed, and I don't want to be, you know, undocumented.
Yeah, that one.
So yeah, so I'm just so relieved that it was all approved.
Awesome. Now, what language do you speak in the Philippines?
I speak Bisaya.
Okay, so what we do here on this show is we always ask our guests who speak another language to talk about their experience. Just tell that briefly, doesn't have to be too long, in your own language to everyone in the Philippines about Visa to America and Joseph and the whole process. Can you just do that?
Oh, okay. Ako si Jezreel Noval. Sa tulong ng Visa to America, nagka-student visa ako. Ngayon ay mag-a-apply na ako ng green card sa future. Mabilis yung process ng application, kaya lang matagal lang talaga paghihintay yung approval, kasi discretion yun ng US immigration authorities. Pero I would highly recommend using Visa to America if you have plans to, if you have needs, if you have actually any immigration needs, you could, pwede nyo gamitin, or pwede kayong reach out sa Visa to America.
Awesome. And I'm coming to the Philippines soon. So if you're in the Philippines and you're watching this, I'll be there. I'd love to meet you. All right. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that you got your F1. That's a big deal. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much too. Thank you to Visa to America.